Hey guys, what's up? The Blanks Brothers back at it. We got a couple key points today of keys to recovery after this.
Welcome to the 4 Mics, 13 Teeth, 1 Ankle Monitor podcast, a podcast about addiction recovery made by addicts for anyone battling addiction.
Hey guys, what's happening? I'm Gary Blanks.
I'm Robert Blanks.
What's going on today? I hope everybody's day is going well. We got 5 keys today of recovery. First off, if you're coming out of recovery, the first step you have to do is come out of denial of whatever you're in, right?
Right.
So how long was you in denial?
The whole time.
The whole
20
time?
years.
Didn't even know that that's what you was in though, right?
If you ask me, I didn't have a problem.
Yeah, no problems. I am me. I'm a grown man. I got me. Don't worry about what I got going on, right?
I was fine, I thought.
Yeah, we was fine. We was cool. I mean, we're fine. We're Blanks Brothers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Always.
I'm just saying. But so we got 5 keys though. So we're gonna come out of denial, and you're working on yourself. So what is something that we do to begin with? What's number 1?
We seek guidance.
We seek guidance and support. So what am I looking for? Who's going to guide me now? Who's guiding you before?
I was guiding me.
He was guiding you.
Was I not? I mean,
right.
I thought I had it all under control, and I did not.
Right. So what does this guidance what do you do now? Who do you look for now in the guidance?
I lean on God. I put
First thing.
I mean, I put all my faith in Him, and
right.
let Him do the hard work.
Yeah, my faith and my confidence is in God.
And I just put myself around positive people.
That's the support.
Yeah.
Right. Positive.
So.
Right. The positive support, though. What does your positive support look like? Who is your positive support?
It's got to be the CR right now, and
there's no one in particular person.
Well, I got my mom.
Okay.
she
gangster, right? Real deal gangster.
she does a lot. She does a lot.
Mama knows. You can't lie.
all it takes is a look from her.
Right. Right. Mama always knows.
And she knows exactly when I'm thinking.
Right.
But no, all she got to do is give me that look.
Right. So this is good support though. This is good guidance. And I'm like you. I lean on God. I depend on God, for the guidance. And the thing is, though, it's not necessarily. I mean, I get a lot of support from the Bible, but we still have to, dig for support from other people.
Right.
Maybe somebody that's been through it before.
Those are the ones that know it best.
Right.
They've been there, and they.
I think that's who I would want to talk to, anyways.
Yeah,
somebody who's been through it instead of just read the book.
I'm not saying that people who haven't been through it don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? But it's definitely the people who have been through it that I can lean on.
Right, and is actually doing it.
Right.
Right. Right, and so that's number 1. Number 2 is the second one is self-care. What does your self-care look like?
Just
not good.
My self-care.
Or healthy habits. Do you have any healthy habits now?
Well, what do you mean by healthy?
I mean, you actually eat now, right?
Yeah, I definitely eat a lot more. I've put on some weight. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
About 40 pounds. It didn't take 6 months, and I was 40 pounds.
Right.
To the good.
Yeah. For me, I didn't go to a doctor on my own. Something internally happened, but I know, my issues of my body now is a direct impact of the way I've lived my life. From the drugs that I've done, that's, my health is not the greatest. So I had to go to a doctor, or I was fixing to die.
Right.
They had to take out what was rotten inside of me. But, I suggest, go to a doctor and talk about it, whether it's your mental health or your physical health. And then, we have to rest. We can't just keep going and keep pushing and keep pushing.
I definitely get a lot more sleep these days.
Yeah. Sleep. That's sleep. No sleep till Brooklyn, right?
Used to. I never went to sleep. I just woke up. Where
It's like, oh, I was here. Right.
Sleep was not an option.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't know this was the parking lot of the 7-Eleven. You know what?
Red light. You know.
I fell asleep in Taco Bell drive-thru one time.
I woke up in Crystal's drive-thru.
But what's really weird about it is we was turned around backwards. We was going through the drive-thru in reverse.
I'm not gonna ask about that. I'm not gonna ask.
So get rest. Rest is very helpful. And the balanced diet thing, that's still tough for me because, like I said again, with my issues, I'm supposed to be on a no-fat diet. And we live in the South. Everything is fried,
right?
So that's not happening. So my physical health is still not the greatest. But the thing is though, if you're going down on your physical health, it's going to put stress on you. And that's the next one the next one is social support. But so what's our accountability look like? I'm not going to say social support. It's more of accountability.
All right, you gotta stand up for your actions. You got to put yourself in control of or admit to what you got going on, right?
Well, and not only that, but actually take the advice and use it. Do something about it. Make that next step. It's like, you might feel overwhelmed. You might need to clean your house.
Right.
If somebody's saying, you ain't
or
cleaned it.
Just working, showing up at work on time.
Just showing up on time. Right. But, like I said, you might get overwhelmed, but I'm never going to get that through. I'm never going to get through that. But now I'm thinking negative in the situation.
Right.
I have to, try to find something positive to come out of it. And this is, my social support, my accountability partners hold me accountable of, are you actually working on what you said you need to work on? It's taking, for me, it's taking the cotton out of my mouth and putting it, taking the cotton out of my ears and putting it in my mouth. Stop talking and start listening.
Right.
And start listening to people. And when I actually, first got into recovery, it don't matter where you go to, whether you're in NA, AA, Celebrate Recovery, go get this social support, this support from somewhere. And, everybody's recovery is different. Nobody's recovery is going to be the same. I can't tell you how I did my recovery and it's going to exactly work for you.
Right.
So you listen to other people and you pick out what helps you. And this, your accountability, hold yourself accountable sometimes.
That's right.
Right. So I love it. And we got a positive mindset. What's your mindset at like now?
I definitely see things going better, and I know that they're going to get better. I mean, right now, things are pretty good, but so far in my recovery, everything's just gotten better and better. And
so what our lifestyles, though, has your lifestyle changed?
Definitely.
It's changed a couple times since you've been home.
Since I've been home.
Right. You want to talk about that just a little bit?
Yeah, I found myself doing things that I was doing before and realized that that's not the way to go.
So it fell back, not necessarily relapsed on anything, but relapsed on the same.
The lifestyle, hanging out with certain people or put myself in a situation that could lead to worse things.
Right.
And I think that's one of the hardest parts about recovery is separating yourself from what just hanging out, kicking it.
Yeah, because everything in recovery, everything is going to be different. Everything is going to get flipped upside down because you're not going to be able to move the way you used to move.
No. And you just got to find new things to do. I mean, there's going to be times when you're bored.
Definitely.
And the boredom will get you. So you just got to find things to do. Start reading the Bible or call somebody who's in your support group or
your sponsor or
just whoever. Just find somebody who's preferably sober.
Right.
One of my biggest things was wanting to help those that I left behind.
Right.
Because they need help, and I don't feel like I really had anybody there that was trying to pull me out I mean, there was people there who would talk to me and let me know.
We pushed those people away anyway,
right,
immediately.
And I'm not going to say that I'm not getting pushed away by the people that I do try to talk to, but
right.
I think just putting myself in those places, in those situations, you got to be careful. So
right, and that's where your mindset's at. You got to have that right, clear thinking mind to go back in those situations,
right.
or you're going to get pulled back in it.
Right.
Especially, the boredom. I see it. It's a train wreck. It's just for me. If I was to get bored, my anxiety is going to kick in because I'm going to start thinking about what I haven't fixed already or what I haven't done. And then I'm going to think, well, I can't do that because I ain't even started on it.
Right.
Well, just getting
overwhelmed.
Right, and just starting to get overwhelmed. And then when I get anxious about it because I haven't fixed it, then I get depressed. Depression knocks on the door. And then once depression and anxiety come in, me as a man, the way I am, I get mad at myself. And now if I'm mad at myself, I'm mad at everybody. Now it's just a whole pity party for me, and everybody's over there. Anger, depression, anxiety, and they want to call up the dope man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a whole party. So you got to stay positive, and keep seeking, seek God, first thing. Looking for that guidance, and then, work on yourself. And then you'll find your accountability partner is going to help you work on yourself. And that's that positive mindset. Stay positive. Kick the negative out. Anything negative comes straight from the devil. He's a liar.
And he's gonna put those darts in your head.
Right, right. And that's
just a single dart.
And then coming into recovery too, especially if you're going after Jesus hard, that means the devil's coming after you just as hard.
That much harder.
Right. And he's gonna put it right in your face. And so in that, when I say this is what gets us to our next one, once he puts it right in our face, which I'm going to call these triggers, that's the devil. He's going to put these triggers and then stress back in your life. And, we have to avoid these situations. And the thing is, you're not going to avoid all your triggers.
No.
Some triggers are going to just slap you right in the face. So what do we do when you face a trigger? What's your go-to if you're triggered? Are you that far into it yet? Do you have a number one coping skill yet?
No, not. I mean, just I sing "Bless the Lord, oh my soul."
Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul,
oh my soul. I do that.
Okay.
Somebody once told me, I believe it was my wife. She said when she was in her recovery, somebody once told her that. Triggers only last for 30 seconds. Now, I don't know how true that is, but it's about accurate. If you can get through that first initial 30 seconds, you overcome the hump.
Right. You've already made
you
went through the worst part of it.
It's a decision you're going to make, and you usually, as soon as that trigger hits, you usually jump on it right then.
Right, and that's where our accountability partners come into. That's where you have somebody to call, when you are triggered.
If you can make it at least 30 seconds.
Right, so I love it. That's where the 3 Ps. That's one of my number ones. The 3 Ps: the pause, pray, and proceed. Right. Coping skills. You pause about it, take a deep breath, pray about it, think about it, think on it, talk to God, and then proceed with it.
You can do that in about 30 seconds.
Right,
a minute.
Right. 30 seconds. Take 30 seconds before you answer that question, because what you say right off the rip might be the wrong thing, and you might destroy the relationship, or you might hurt somebody else or yourself in that. So the keys in recovery, they're there. We're here. We love it. And to me, I want to say, I've learned most of this stuff, and a lot of stuff that we're talking up here I'm talking about myself. And a lot of things that I'm telling you is something that I need to work on too. That's why it's so easy for me to talk about it,
right?
Because I'm here now, and I have problems. I need help. So I'm trying to share what I do learn. For me to learning something new, I have to share it, and that's what sticks it for me. So for you, find out what helps for you. First come out of denial that you don't have a problem.
All right, that's the toughest part. I don't think I was already well into my recovery before I even was able to, because I got locked up, so I was pulled out of the situation. So I was still in denial. And
right.
it took me really just praying and getting in the Bible and leaning on God before he showed me, he allowed me to see myself
Right.
for what I was really doing and how I felt. So that was the hardest part for me, was actually admitting that I did have a problem. I mean, they say that's the first step you should do, but I believe in my recovery it was finding God first, or just giving him a chance, giving him that chance.
I was blind, but now I see.
And once I gave him that chance, I mean, things just started falling into place, and I realized, like, hey, I always thought that my addiction wasn't an issue because I was functioning. I went to work, I did what I wanted to do, and I didn't get in trouble until I got in trouble.
Right. Well, and for me, like I didn't think my addiction.
It took about 34 years.
Right.
Finally got in trouble.
I know. I was so mad. This little boy never gets in trouble. Never gets in trouble. Hey, since you don't get in trouble, you want to move this for me? No. Anyways,
thank God we're out of that.
Yeah, right. We don't have to go down that road no more. We don't have to be there. And for me, I didn't think that my addiction was a problem either until I was sat down and I didn't know that I needed help.
Right.
I don't need help. I'm me.
Right.
I can do this. I take care of this. I take care of that. I'm a man. I'm a grown man. I do what I want to when I want to. I didn't have that problem, but that's denial. And once I finally come out of denial and I realized that putting my faith in God and Jesus Christ is the only way that I've been able to maintain anything. Regardless, you can go through all these steps all day long, but if you ain't got Jesus Christ in your life, to me personally, if I don't keep Jesus in my life, I'm going to relapse.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I know this.
Same here.
And, and it's these key points. I seek guidance. I have the guidance. I have the support. I think about my self-care a lot. I think about it more than doing it. I know I'm fat. You ain't got to tell me. You got fat fingers too. But anyways, and I try to get my rest, and I've worked my schedule around. I've finally got me a job that is not stressful at work. I don't have to overthink, and I'm not trying to pull the weight of somebody else at work.
Right.
It's finding different situations where you're at, and then I have my accountability partners, and I try my best to stay positive. And the hardest one for me is avoiding the triggers and stress. I let stress sneak up on me real quick.
Yeah, I do too. Because the stress part and the anxiety part isn't something you can really control. I mean, as far as when you don't know when it's going to come.
Right.
It's you know
that's
what I mean?
why I
so
say
you can keep yourself away from whatever you want to keep yourself away from, but just getting stressed out.
That's just life.
It's a build up of little things.
Right. Right. It was, and to me, my stress relates from me not talking about the problem.
Right. Not getting it off your chest.
Not getting it off my chest right then. Then, and when it does come out, it comes out on the wrong person. Right. And then I've done hurt somebody else's feelings, and it's done, ruined the relationship over here. So I love it. So, you got anything encouraging you want to say?
Just give God a chance. Start reading the Bible. Just put yourself around better people, and come CR.
Yeah.
We're always laughing and smiling up here. It's rare that you come to CR and don't leave smiling or feeling better, at least for the day. You know what I mean? And that's all it takes, is just a little bit. And CR's done a lot for me, and I believe in it, and I just think other people should try it out at least one time.
Yeah, right. Come try us out. Try something, do something to get out of your mess.
Or just watch our podcast.
Just watch the podcast. Come see us.
He's not the prettiest over there, but
I try. Tell Mama on you. Mama, he talking about me. But so Celebrate Recovery is what has saved my life. Straight up. They directed me straight to Jesus Christ. And this is the Celebrate Recovery in Hogansville.
Right.
I can't speak on any other Celebrate Recovery because I haven't attended them. I have been, but I haven't went through their program the way that they've done it. right? But I know the one here sends you straight to Jesus Christ. And like Robert said, I suggest try Jesus. Try Jesus. That was the last thing. That was the only thing I'd never tried. That's really the only thing that I've tried, and it worked.
Right.
Because I haven't. I'm going on 6 years in July, and I haven't relapsed.
Right.
I'm scared to say it because I know I'm gonna be triggered as soon as I leave here. The devil goes, "Oh, you ain't done nothing. Oh, here you go. What you gonna do with that?
Well,
that situation, home. Right? I'm going straight home, go sleep. Ain't talking to nobody." But that's the thing, though. I have faith and confidence that God's gonna get me through whatever it is, and that takes my stress way down, and just leaving it on Him, letting Him have it. And that's one of the main keys in recovery for me is Jesus Christ. Try Jesus. I love it. Well, I hope y'all got something out of the day. We love you. Jesus Christ loves you. Y'all have a blessed day.